Guess where I'm taking Michael? To his daycare. And this is truly fantastic news because it means that the lockdown in Moscow is over. The weather is nasty, typical November. Rain, cold, not freezing yet. This is Michael's daycare. He had a 2-week break because of the lockdown, and this is the first day he goes in. Michael is at daycare and I am going to work, back to the office. Celebrate by having a coffee. This looks pretty good. Life is back to the office. All offices are open. All restaurants, cafes, small takeaway sub shops are open. Not too terribly many people in the offices, but perhaps many people have taken their personal vacation days and combined them with these lockdown holidays. That's practiced in Russia quite a bit. They will come back soon. First day after the lockdown, and look at the traffic. 2 weeks ago, this stretch of a road was absolutely free. And look at time, 6:20, and now it's backed up as usual. I usually spend 10 to 15 minutes here. On the way home, traffic is very heavy. Usual weekday, even a little worse. I'm taking you to a large shopping mall. I took you here a couple weeks ago and everything except for the food stores was closed. That's the Globus store, the mega food store here. So this is the day one when everything is open again. Kind of looks like a usual day at this shopping mall. Everything's open. Quite a few people, but that's normal. Let's see how is the food situation. Is the supply still okay? Is it strong? The same store I brought you a couple weeks ago, I remind you, was fine. Fully stocked, so much choice. Everything was fine, and well, I never had any doubts. It's still the same. Produce. Let me show you meat real quick. This is the poultry section. And this is meat. Fully stocked. Plenty of sausages. Just about anything. Pork. And beef. Food supply is still going strong. So the lockdown in Moscow has ended. It wasn't a very long lockdown, about 10 days. Last few days were packed with odd events. At first, right about in the middle of the lockdown, the rumors started appearing that it's not working. And, something else needs to be done. First, Big Vlad himself came out publicly, said that situation remains being very difficult, so to speak. Then the head of Russian equivalent of FDA, American FDA, did the same thing. And the rumors started spreading like a wildfire. Oh, more days, more holidays, more paid days off, more holidays, things like that. And they lasted for about 2 to 3 days. I filmed that in my video. Watch it in one of the previous lockdown chronicles. Just before the lockdown official end, the mayor of Moscow, Sergei Sobyanin, came out and said, Moscow is going back to normal on Monday. No more holidays. Everyone was like, great, thank you. But 5 other Russian provinces prolonged the lockdown. So in Moscow it's over, but not in Russia. 5 provinces have extended lockdown for another week. So what was this lockdown all about? Was this a real event to flatten out the curve of the exploding number of infected people? And they were exploding. I am witnessed myself. Or was it the human experiment? When the lockdown was announced, I saw the reasoning behind it, and that logic satisfied me. But then, as we went through the lockdown, I started losing the logic and believing that this was rather a human social experiment. Well, get this. After Putin comes out and says that things are not well, people start getting upset because they suspect that there will be more paid days off, meaning there will be more financial burden put on employers, small, medium-sized business. Okay, and people really start being at unrest. And I think the situation was monitored very closely, and decisions were made based on that situation, based on that monitoring. After Putin announces that the situation is not that great, 3 days later, Mayor of Moscow, Sobyanin, comes out, says, hey, things are getting much better, everything is back to normal. The situation with the CV is stabilized. We have more free beds at hospitals. There's no reason for us to stay locked down longer. We're going back to work, we're going back to normal on Monday, okay? And that was just 1 week into the lockdown. And this is where it gets fishy. 7 days is not enough for real results to show. 2, 3 weeks, yes, but not 7 days. That's not how CV works, okay? If Mayor Sobyanin would come out and say, hey, we're going back to normal, the situation is getting better, and this is why, and he would point, right next to him would be a scientist or a doctor, and the doctor would give an explanation saying, like official statistics perhaps, saying, hey, listen, we did this, we closed all the businesses, and the next day we started having fewer and fewer cases. You know, we did this and we get this result. I would understand and I would be totally fine. But the way they did start and then end this lockdown, it looks like it was another social human experiment on us. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.